I've seen the future.
Hey everybody, it is the week of June 11th and this is Colette Baron-Reid and I'm here with your weekly Oracle card guidance and lesson. And we have quite an interesting week ahead of us. If you are new, what you're gonna do is you're gonna listen to this general reading. It's like a weather report, sort of like all of us collectively are going to be looking at, or we're being invited to look at these particular subjects. What we're always asking is what's in our highest good and how do we help evolve into something better than what we were? So the cards will always reflect that process, that story in motion, because that's the question that I ask on everyone's behalf every week. Then you go to my website, ColetteBaronReid.com/pick. And there you can choose up to 3 cards for your personal reading. So you take the whole overarching theme and then you put your cards inside it and you see how that story in motion, because that's what I say all the time, that's what I teach, that we are stories in motion. You're gonna get a chance to see how accurate this way of divining a connection to the universe actually is, and it'll blow your mind because people tell us. Okay. Let's talk about this week. So first card, we call it an anchor card, and that tells us the crux of the theme that people are looking at. And it's an interesting card because it's fork in the road, which requires us, and I don't know, you can't see the art up close there, but if you do have the cards and you want to get them, you'll see that there's an actual fork in a road with a monkey hanging off the actual fork and a llama going forward and a little owl looking the other way. So we are at a point where we are now having to make a decision about what direction to go in. Now, we know that we are living in an unprecedented time in human history, or my friend says herstory. But in this time in our lives, lots and lots of things in our social order are being really stirred up. So, what do we want to know about this fork in the road? Well, Yang says, get off your butt and do something. So this is really, these two things are about activism. Now, what is activism? I don't like to call myself an activist, although I am kind of an activist. I believe in change and I believe in responsibility and a real moral context to life. And so this asks us to stand tall and to take an action on our deepest beliefs, ethics, values, morals, into helping improve the situation for ourselves and others. And it can't always just be about us. Whenever we're looking for the highest good, we look for the highest good for all. And that means we have to take things into account now that we might not have a few years ago, for example, because they weren't in the zeitgeist or in that kind of like thought process of all of us, this big thought cloud that's affecting all of us right now. So, if we take action in this fork in the road, what I love about this is that milk and honey follows it. So Yang is it's an assertive card. It reminds us that we have to do something, and it's actually a call to action in the now. Like we're gonna go do something. Get out of your armchair astronaut mode. Don't be a dreamer, be a doer. So whatever it is that brings you closer to your alignment with your highest good and your path that you believe in. So milk and honey reminds us to play. I love this. When Jenna and I worked on the art, I said, can you make a little elephant, baby elephant, play in a bowl of milk? And she was like, what? Yes. And that's the point. It's like the elephant is a baby, so we're building new memories because elephants remember everything. They talk about the past and things that we learn and society and the way things need to be. And so this is a playful moment as well, like, wow, what if we could play with a new idea or get curious about something that we don't know, we've never experienced before? Because that's really where all the action is where the milk and the honey is, which is what happens. There's a sweetness to it and a nourishment for us all if we are willing to step out of our comfort zones. But it doesn't have to be painful. It can be playful and say like, you know what? I don't like things the way they are. I think I want to go check this out instead and see like, does this work? There is no way that we can know until we step in and take the action, basically. Now, we land on something that I love, which is the card Yin. Now, Yin represents the need for us to, even though like yin and yang are both in the card reading. So we take the action, but we land on yin, which is receptive. This is a card of deep listening. We can't always be talking at people and telling the world and whatever, and especially on social media, it gets to be a bit much. What we want to do is receive the blessings the universe has for us. And if we enter into the world with great gratitude, staying in alignment with our highest values, and it's scary sometimes to actually take that kind of action because it's so much easier to just sort of follow the crowd and be like lemmings. But if you're watching this video, you aren't one of those. So you're asking yourself the hard questions. What do I do to make the world a better place? What's my part in it? You know, what is the nature of meaning, purpose, prosperity? Is it for everyone? You know, where can I help someone else who's not as fortunate as me? And that's really got to be part of our conversation. But this is also reminding us that, you know, we might receive blessings from a completely different source. It's not like a quid pro quo, which is like, I do something for you, you do something back to me. It's really reminding us about this partnership that we have with this conscious universe. We've built something right now that needs to be dismantled. All of us have done that. It started way before we were born, and now we're kind of like a little lost. Like, what the heck do we do? I don't understand this. How can we learn more? And so at the same time, we have our smaller lives where we really want to create something really positive and good for ourselves and the others that we come into contact with. So it's like messy. What this card says is we just need to receive. We receive information. We need to listen deeply to other people. This is not the run out and do. If we did the doing, we did. And now that it's a conscious action, which is to be consciously still and receptive. In other words, we remind ourselves that we don't have all the answers, and that spirit or the conscious universe is going to provide those for us if we remain receptive to it. So this is a really interesting time to be alive. I'm like so excited to be here. And I hope you enjoyed this reading. Don't forget to go ColetteBaron-Reid.com/pick for your personal reading, your personal cards. And they're going to tell you a little bit more about how this overarching theme affects you and your day-to-day or the dreams that you have or the intentions that you're setting in motion for this week. Alrighty, I will see you next week. And if you like this video, subscribe to my channel and share it with your friend and leave a comment. And don't forget to go to ColetteBaron-Reid.com/pick to choose your cards. And there's a download there you might want to check out also that will teach you how to ask the right question, because a lot of people screw up on the question part and then they don't understand their reading. All right, see you next week.
I've seen the future. It's beautiful.